My name's Andreas, and welcome back to La Cocina de Andreas. Now today we're going to be making something called pan Tumaca. It's a tapa that's served in bars all over the country that originated in a region of Spain known as Catalunya. Now what the dish is it's bread, jamon, garlic, tomato, and extra virgin olive oil. Now it's really easy to make since there's only 5 ingredients and it's quite simple. All you're going to want to do is, now I've already cut it, but you're going to want to make sure you cut some pieces of bread, and you're going to want to have either a toaster, or this here, it's a special thing that they'll use in Spain, and it's something that allows you to cook bread on a stove. So I'm going to be using this. A normal toaster works fine. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to put the bread on the toaster, and you're going to want to toast it. Now, it's a lot better if the surface is hard, because that'll make the later steps easy. So you don't want to burn the bread, but you don't want it to be soft. And we'll be back once it's all toasted. Alright guys, now one quick thing, small mistake I made earlier. I used one of the end pieces. Now you're not going to want to toast an end piece, because if you do, then it's going to make it a lot harder to both plate and add the rest of the ingredients. So, first thing you want to do is, while that's toasting, you're going to want to grate your tomato. So what you're going to want to do is you're just going to press down and just grate up a bunch of tomato that you're then going to put on all your pieces of bread. So this is obviously all of it. You're going to want to do the whole tomato, but you're just going to want to do that while you're toasting. Now, another thing you got to make sure is, if you're using something like I am, make sure you flip it so that it doesn't burn. Because if it's burnt, that's going to ruin a lot of the flavor. And as I said, cool. Now, just grate your tomato and wait for your toast to cook. Alright guys, now our bread's all toasted, our tomatoes all grated, and we're ready to make the pan Tumaca. So, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your garlic, which, unlike most dishes, you don't chop it, you don't crush it. What you actually do is you take the garlic and you rub it on the toast. And that's actually where the toast gets its garlic flavor from. Because since your toast is hard, it'll scrape off bits of the garlic and the garlic oil, and that's actually where the flavor will be on the toast. So once all the garlic's added, you just put that back, and what you're on to now is the olive oil. Now make sure you use a really good extra virgin olive oil, and you don't want to soak it, so you want to be careful when you're adding it that you don't soak it in olive oil, you just drizzle it. So, like so. And you're just going to want to do that for each one. If you soak it, it'll taste really strongly of olive oil, and that'll knock out a lot of the other great flavors in the dish. All right. Perfect. There we go. So, next what we're going to want to do is you're going to want to add the tomato. And you're just going to use a spoon. You're just going to scoop the grated tomato. You're just going to want to spread that all over, like so. Don't add too much, or like all the other ingredients. You know, every ingredient here is a really strong flavor, which is half the reason this dish is so amazing, but it's also something you got to be careful with. If you add too much of one, it'll cancel out the flavors of the others. So you're just going to want to add it to each one and just spread carefully, like so. And just make kind of a thin layer of tomato paste on top of it. And that is where you're going to put your jamon serrano, which is the thing we get to now. So, there we go. Perfect. And the last part is to add some jamon serrano. Now, jamon is, excuse me, arguably the most iconic meat and one of the most iconic foods in Spain. And it's absolutely delicious. And serrano is one of the best kinds of jamon, and that's why you want to make sure that you use serrano if you're making one of these dishes, because it's just going to bring out that extra bit of flavor that you just can't get from any other kind of meat. So, there we go. Just tear off your pieces and place them on top like so. And then, for the last one. And there we go. And now, pan Tumaca is a perfect dish you can have for breakfast, lunch, or as a tapa before dinner. And it's something that you can make really easily. You can serve to friends, and it's delicious. So I really hope you guys enjoy them, because they really are amazing. Goodbye, guys.